Good morning, everyone. Since the 1970s, rates of obesity in America have nearly doubled. The direct medical cost and economic cost of obesity is well over $200 billion a year. Today, I'm here to explain just some of the economic impact of obesity. An article on Forbes.com states that the direct cost of obesity is only about 9% of the total medical bill. Medicaid and Medicare shoulder about half of the cost, which is in turn passed on to us, though. Rates of obesity have been increasing consistently over the years. The probability of childhood obesity persisting into adulthood is estimated to increase from approximately 20% at age 4 to approximately 80% at adolescence, as shown by a study published in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition. I would like to inform you about this for a couple of reasons. Number one being that many of these costs are not apparent to most consumers. For example, supersizing a meal at McDonald's maybe costs like 70 cents out of pocket. However, once you factor in health costs and gasoline costs caused by this, the price of the meal may as well double. And the price of obesity is shared by everyone. As a citizen of the United States, we all deserve to know just how much we're really paying for this. And knowing just how much we are spending may help curb unhealthy and costly habits. There are three major areas of economic impact caused by obesity that I'd like to inform you about: direct medical cost, transportation cost, and productivity cost. Let's start with examining the most recognizable and most easily identified cost. Obesity can be linked to several serious health conditions, including hypertension and diabetes. A rise in obesity will then lead to a rise in these as well, thus increasing the cost of diagnosing and treating them. An article from Health Affairs, which is the leading journal of health policy thought and research, states that obesity-related medical costs occurs not just in adults, but in children as well. And the annual direct cost for obesity in children is about $14 billion. Now, having a high or low BMI can also has been associated with having other serious diseases as well. People with a BMI of 27.5 per se have 40 to 60% chance to have hypertension when compared with someone with a healthy BMI of 22.5. So far we've learned about the more noticeable costs, but what about those that are not so obvious, such as in the workplace? Absenteeism is a major issue presented. This is when an employee cannot come to work, and thus presents major losses for the company. There's a very strong connection between higher rates of obesity and higher rates of absenteeism. For example, a study in the northern branch of Shell shows that approximately 4 days of work per year are missed by obese people when compared to a healthy weight coworker. The work that is missed is often made up for by other employees, or is not made up at all, causing additional losses. Presenteeism, on the other hand, is when people do come to work, but simply either are not effective or contribute just nothing. This may either be the result of physical or mental health conditions posed by obesity. Now, one study in the Journal of Occupational and Environmental Medicine showed that the estimated value of time lost at a workplace is about $12 million. This includes both presenteeism and absenteeism. Now, we've seen how obesity can indirectly add cost to companies through time lost, but what about in other ways? Obesity may affect transportation cost due to extra fuel consumed or space taken up, such as extra fuel for airlines. This extra fuel burn also cost us in our environment as well. The extra CO2 produced must be cleaned up, or it just simply pollutes our air more. Now, in conclusion, the cost of obesity is not always as clear as it may seem, and I have not been able to show everything today, unfortunately. However, this is not something that's just going to disappear, but hopefully through education about the effects and we can learn to cut excess costs cut by it, and at the same time reduce obesity.